In the heart of the city, the park was a place where life seemed to pause, offering its visitors a chance to find peace amidst the hustle and bustle. It was a haven for joggers, families, and anyone seeking solace from their daily grind. On a particular sunny afternoon, the park was alive with its usual energy, children laughing, dogs barking, and couples strolling hand in hand. But beneath the cheerful atmosphere, a moment of cruelty was about to unfold. A man sat on a bench near the fountain, his demeanor cold and unapproachable. He sipped coffee from a paper cup, his brow furrowed as if the world had personally offended him. His name was unimportant. His actions would define him. As he sat there, lost in his thoughts, a Labrador mix trotted up to him. The dog's thin frame and cautious steps suggested it was a stray, but its wagging tail and hopeful eyes betrayed its optimism. Perhaps this man would be kind. The dog approached, its nose twitching at the scent of the man's half-eaten sandwich resting on the bench. But instead of kindness, it was met with hostility. The man scowled and waved his hand dismissively. "Get lost," he muttered. When the dog didn't retreat, he stood abruptly and kicked at it. The blow missed, but the aggressive gesture was enough to send the dog yelping and scrambling away. "Stupid mutt," the man spat, tossing the remainder of his sandwich into the trash. Unbeknownst to him, someone had been watching. Keanu Reeves, a man celebrated not just for his talent, but for his humility and kindness, had been sitting a few benches away. He'd come to the park for a rare moment of solitude, accompanied by his rescue dog, Atlas, a German shepherd mix with soulful eyes. Keanu had hoped to spend the afternoon unnoticed, reading a book while Atlas lounged at his feet. But the scene he'd just witnessed stirred something deep within him. Setting his book aside, Keanu rose and approached the Labrador, who had retreated to the shade of a nearby tree. He crouched down, speaking softly. "Hey, buddy. It's okay. You're okay." The dog hesitated, its body trembling, but Keanu's calm demeanor was reassuring. Slowly, it crept closer, its tail wagging tentatively. What would you do if you were Keanu Reeves? Share your opinions on the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the video with others. The man on the bench noticed Keanu, but didn't recognize him. To him, Keanu was just another park visitor, albeit one who seemed overly sentimental about a stray dog. "What's the big deal?" the man called out, his tone defensive. "It's just a dog, they're everywhere." Keanu straightened, his gaze steady and unwavering. "It's not just a dog," he said quietly. "It's a living being, and it's scared because of you." The man rolled his eyes, crossing his arms. "Oh, come on. It's not like I hurt it. I just scared it off. You're acting like I kicked a kid or something." Keanu took a deep breath, his composure unshaken. "Fear is pain," he replied, "and no creature deserves to feel that because of someone's bad day." For a moment the man looked taken aback. He hadn't expected a stranger to confront him, let alone someone who spoke with such conviction. "Look, I don't need a lecture," the man retorted. "It's just a dog. Why do you care so much?" Keanu crouched again, stroking the Labrador's head. "Because I know what it's like to feel unwanted," he said softly. "This dog doesn't deserve that." He looked up at the man, his expression kind but firm. "You think it's just a dog, but to someone it could mean the world. To me, dogs have always been more than pets. They're family." The man scoffed, but his bravado was beginning to falter under Keanu's steady gaze. "What? Is this your dog or something?" "No," Keanu said, standing and gesturing to the Labrador. "But I can see that it trusts me, and trust is something that's earned. You've already lost it." Other park-goers had started to take notice. Whispers spread as people recognized Keanu. Phones came out, capturing the moment, but Keanu paid no attention. His focus remained on the man and the dog. "Do you know where this dog came from?" Keanu asked. The man shook his head, looking uncomfortable. "It was probably abandoned," Keanu continued. thrown out by someone who saw it as just a dog. Now it's out here trying to survive, hoping to find kindness, and today it found the opposite. The man shifted uncomfortably. "I didn't mean anything by it," he muttered. Keanu studied him for a moment before speaking again. "Do you know what it's like to be unwanted?" he asked. The question hung in the air, heavy with meaning. To be thrown away or ignored. I've met people and animals who've lived through that. It changes them. But kindness can heal things you wouldn't believe. The man didn't respond. His gaze dropped to the ground, and for the first time he looked unsure of himself. "Come with me," Keanu said suddenly. The man blinked, startled. "What?" "Come with me," Keanu repeated. "There's a place I want you to see." An hour later, they arrived at a local animal shelter. Keanu introduced the man to the staff, who were thrilled to see the actor. But Keanu quickly shifted the focus to the animals. He led the man through the rows of kennels, pointing out dogs with wagging tails and hopeful eyes. "These are dogs who've been abandoned, abused, or neglected," Keanu explained. "They've seen the worst of people, but they're still willing to trust again. That's something we could all learn from." As they walked, Keanu shared stories of his own rescue dog, Atlas. He spoke of the bond they shared, the comfort Atlas had given him during difficult times. Slowly, the man's defenses began to crumble. By the end of the visit, the man was quiet, his earlier bravado replaced by a thoughtful silence. He approached the Labrador he'd mistreated earlier, who had been brought to the shelter for safety. Kneeling down, the man extended a hand. The dog hesitated but eventually stepped closer, its tail wagging cautiously. "I'm sorry," the man said, soft lie. Keanu smiled, watching the moment unfold. "It's never too late to choose kindness," he said. From that day forward, the man became a regular volunteer at the shelter, dedicating his time to caring for animals in need. He never forgot the lesson he'd learned that day in the park, a lesson taught by a dog, a kind stranger, and the power of compassion. Share your thought in the comments below, and if you enjoyed the video, please consider subscribing to my channel. I pour my heart into crafting stories like this for you, and your support is the one helps me keep going. I appreciate having you on this journey.